Hello everyone, welcome to Pharma Elite. Today we are here with our video number 21 from Elite's Master Plan series. In case you have missed our videos before this, you can watch them on our YouTube channel Dharmesh Mehta GPAT and you will be able to see all the videos which have been previously shared. So today we'll be discussing some MCQs from the topic of pharmaceutics, basically tablets and capsules. And all these questions are from the previous year GPAT papers. Let us go to the first question ahead. The disintegration time of effervescent tablet is dash. This question is from GPAT 2014 paper. हमें क्या पूछा है कि effervescent tablet का disintegration time, that is DT, कितना होता है? Options: 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, 5 minutes, and 3.5 minutes. So to solve this question, we just need to know what are the disintegration time of different tablets. Let us have a quick look at it. Dispersible tablet, effervescent, uncoated, coated. These are different types of tablets and they have different disintegration times. Let us look at the first one. Dispersible tablet having disintegration time less than 3 minutes. Effervescent tablet is having a disintegration time less than 5 minutes. Uncoated tablet having a disintegration time less than 15 minutes. Film coated is having less than 30 minutes. Sugar coated, it is less than 1 hour. And enteric coated, it should not disintegrate within 2 hours. That is, it should remain more than 2 hours in the gastric fluid. Enteric coating is used in case of sustained release tablets. So here what we are asked is effervescent tablets. So it is less than 5 minutes. So option is C. Like this, any other tablet, you can be asked a question. It is just a direct answer. You need to know the exact answer. Next question. Evaluation of color of a tablet is done by dash. ये question GPAT 2014 के पेपर से है. Tablet के color को कैसे evaluate करते हैं? Reflectance spectrophotometer, B tri-stimulus colorimeter, C micro-reflectance photometer, D all of the above. तो ऐसे कौन सा टेक्निक है जिससे हम टैबलेट के कलर को इवैल्यूएट कर सकते हैं? Reflectance spectrophotometer is used. Colorimeter is also used to measure or evaluate the color, and micro-reflectance photometer is also used. So the correct answer here is all of the above. You just need to know the names of the techniques. This is just a memory-based question. You can say you don't have to go in detail of the mechanism or the working of this instrument. Before we move ahead, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure you press the bell icon so that when we post a video, you get a reminder and you don't miss. Also, we have our free WhatsApp groups where we are posting daily MCQs for GPAT, NIPER, and other exams, job-related openings, and other informations. So if you wish to get added, please drop a text on the below mentioned number. We will add you to our group. Let us move to the next question. Slugs are prepared in which type of granulation technique? ये question 2015 के पेपर से है. ऐसे कौन सी granulation technique है जिसमें slugs बनते हैं? Options: wet granulation, dry granulation, steam granulation, and melt granulation. Let us have a look at each one of this. What is wet granulation? In wet granulation, it involves mixing of the dry powder, that is the drug that is in the powder form, with the granulating fluid. When you add a fluid, it will form a wet mass, that is a moist granular mass is formed. And there are different techniques which are under wet granulation. That could be high shear mixer granulator, fluid bed granulator, extrusion spheronization, spray drying. These all are different techniques of wet granulation. Basically, you need a granulating fluid. Dry granulation. In this process, the powder mixture is compressed without the use of solvent to form a slug. That is, we don't use any solvent. There is no solvent. Like in wet granulation, we use granulating fluid. In case of dry granulation, you don't have to use any such fluid. Under pressure, you compress them. So then they form slugs. Slugs are masses or granulation by slugging. That is, you form a mass of granules. That is a slug. And also you can form thin sheets by roller compaction. Steam granulation. It is a modification of wet granulation. As the name suggests, steam is used here as a binder instead of water. And the granules formed by steam granulation are more spherical in shape and they exhibit higher dissolution rate. Melt granulation, again, as you say melt, so there will be a meltable binder that is used. This binder is solid at room temperature, and but when you heat it to a temperature of 50 to 80 degrees Celsius, it undergoes melting. Example could be PG, stearic acid, cetyl alcohol, waxes, and triglycerides. So these are the different granulation techniques. And now what we are asked is slugs kahan bante hain? So slugs are formed at dry granulation without the use of any granulating fluid. So option B is correct. Next question. Which of the problems can arise if the material to be compressed into the tablet will adhere to the dye walls? ये क्वेश्चन जीपैट 2016 के पेपर से है. मतलब हमें यहाँ क्या पूछा है कि अगर टैबलेट dye walls को stick हो जाता है. You know that tablets are prepared by dye cavities and punches. So if the material starts sticking to here, that is it starts adhering here, what will be the problem that will arise? Options: capping, picking, sticking, marbling. Now, these all are different types of defects or problems which occur in while making tablets. And also there are many more defects which can occur. Let us have a look. Picking. Picking is when the tablet material gets adhered to the punches. That is when you try to punch the tablet. If the material gets adhered to the punches, it is known as picking. Sticking refers to the tablet material adhering to the dye wall. That is, if this is the dye wall and if your material starts adhering or sticking to it, you will not get the full intact tablet, right? It will be stuck and there will be a loss of product, which is known as sticking. Another defect is capping. What happens in capping? There is partial or complete separation of top or bottom crowns of the tablet from the main body. That is, if this is the tablet, the top will get separated, also the bottom will get separated. So only the middle part will remain. And this is not what we desire to get a good product. Another defect is cracking, as the name suggests, cracks. It is small or fine cracks which will be observed on the upper as well as the lower surface of tablet. Lamination. It is the separation of tablet into 2 or more distinct layers. That is lamination. Layers are formed. Like this 2 or 3 more layers will go on forming and you will not get an intact tablet. Mottling. This is a very common, I'm sure everybody knows about mottling. It is the unequal distribution of color on the tablet. Say your tablet is orange color and in one side it is extremely dark orange and in the other side it is very dull or light. So this is unequal distribution of color, that is mottling. Double impression. This problem occurs when the punches are having some monogram or engraving. That is, if this is your punch and you have, say, a manufacturer or anybody who is into the process, they want to put some letter or say some symbol on the tablet. And if to make the symbol on the tablet, you need it on the punches. So when these are there on punches, it can cause double impression. In this case, when the material adheres, it will be causing sticking. So the correct answer is option C. Next question. Isoelectric point of type A gelatin is dash. ये क्वेश्चन जीपैट 2018 के पेपर से है. अब हमें ये सबको पता है कि जिलेटिन कहाँ यूज होता है. That is in making of capsules. And then to make this capsules, gelatin is of 2 types. That is type A and type B. In this case, we are asked the isoelectric point. The options are 7, 9, 4.7 and 7.4. So to know this, basically we need to know the few differences between type A and type B gelatin, which will help us give the answer easily. So type A gelatin is the one which is produced by acid hydrolysis. Remember, A by acid hydrolysis. Type B is produced by alkaline hydrolysis. Alkali, that is basic side. So that is type B hydrolysis. Type B gelatin. This type A gelatin is having isoelectric point of 9. Type B is having around 4.7. Also what is the benefit of it? It provides plasticity as it is manufactured from pork skin. Remember, pork skin and plasticity. And type B gelatin is manufactured from bones. B for bones. It will provide hardness to the gelatin. These are the few basic differences between type A and type B gelatin. And here what we are asked is isoelectric point of A. Therefore, option B, that is 9, is correct. Next one. Match the tablet diluents with their properties. This is the very recent question paper of GPAT 2021. हमें लेफ्ट साइड में टैबलेट्स के डाइल्यूएंट दिए हैं एंड हियर वी आर गिवन द डिफरेंट प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ डाइल्यूएंट्स. वी नीड टू मैच देम करेक्टली. So to solve these questions, basically, if we know one or two things correctly, we can arrive at an answer by eliminating the wrong ones. So when you are given this, हमें सबको एक पता है कि lactose से Maillard reaction होता है, right? And it is given in the options. Yes, Maillard reaction is also given. Now, what is this Maillard reaction? We need to know. Lactose undergoes Maillard reaction with amine-containing drugs. अगर ड्रग में amine containing है, and if you use lactose as a diluent, it will cause browning. And this is a specific property. Therefore, in case of lactose, we prefer to use anhydrous lactose to avoid this reaction. So we know one thing, that option A has to go with 2. So ऐसे कौन से options है in which A is matched with 2? That is B and D. So if you are sure on this one answer, you can eliminate the other two, because A with 2, A is not matched with option number 2. Now let us look at the next one, mannitol. In what is the property of mannitol amongst this? You cannot say about moisture content. It is not contraindicated with tetracycline. ऐसे तो कभी सुना नहीं है. Yes, but mannitol is having negative heat of solution. This we have heard quite a lot of times. So option B has to go with 3. Which option is correct here? That is option B with 3. So again, there is a chance that B could be a wrong one and D could be the correct answer. Even if you don't know about C and D, you can arrive at an answer if you know 2 of this. But still, make sure you check all the further options before submitting. Now let us have a look at calcium phosphate. We know calcium can interact with tetracycline. We have seen this interaction in our pharmacology. That is, calcium interacts with tetracycline and forms complexes, and therefore chelation and complexation. And this will reduce the absorption of tetracycline drug if calcium is present. Therefore, they are contraindicated to be taken together. So based on this, we can say that calcium will match with 4. C with 4, yes. And then what remains is D with 1, that is specially dried starch. Since it is dried, it should have less moisture content, therefore option 1. And in this case, the correct all matches will be option D. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Stay tuned, more videos will be coming up soon.